Wow.
I am vibing with this week. Like, what? What? Not the brown sugar for the brown ladies. Hello. I loved it. I was over here like I was, you know do a little shoulder roll. Hey. Happy Saturday, everyone. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Not Your Typical Girl Talk. If you're listening to us on the radio, please make sure you're following us on Not Your Typical Girl Talk and actually watching us live. It is a hoot, and we've got quite the show ahead of us. But before we get into all of that, we're going to quickly go around and introduce ourselves in alphabetical order.
Yes. Hello, my friends out there in the world. Hello to my Not Your Typical Girl Talk fellow brothers, sisters. Good to see you all. How are you doing, my Black people? My name is Karcia, and I am so happy and proud to be here with my friends here at Not Your Typical Girl Talk. I want to take a second to thank Radio Regent, syndicated through iHeartRadio, for having us on this platform. You can listen to us every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on internet radio, Radio Regent Live, syndicated by iHeartRadio. We are here to make sense of the foolishness on the internet, so thank you for joining us today. Little sister, how are you?
Girl, I'm doing great. I am so happy. I'm really happy because all the foolishness that's happening on the internet has nothing to do with me or my sisters and brothers. So praise Jesus for that. Hey everyone, I am Kelly. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here with all of you. As Karcia was saying in our motto, we are here to talk about the foolishness on the internet. Try to make sense of it anyway, which we ourselves sometimes find challenging. But we're doing our best. And today is no exception. The foolishness that's happening around our world that people are putting themselves into. Sheba, go ahead, girl. Yeah, you go ahead.
I am Toshiba. They call me Sheba. I am the final female member of the Not Your Typical Girl Talk crew. There's definitely nothing typical about us because I got an inbox this week, which I'm going to tell you about, telling us we got to do better. And it's about the first person we're going to talk about. But before we get into it, my partner in crime is going to introduce himself.
Hey. I am the male perspective, your boy Robbie 3 times. Happy Saturday, everybody. Let's get to it.
So, unfortunately, we've had to be speaking about this person, I think, for the last couple of weeks because her behavior has been such that we've had to side-eye her. And I am talking about Summer Walker. And Robbie 3 times, if you would just get to the clip. If those of you do not know what happened with Summer Walker this week, she premiered a new look. Clip 1. Oh, no, that's not clip 1. Clip 1. I'm literally waiting for him and I need you to, okay. So she premiered a new look and I will get to it and don't worry, I will just do it myself. This is Summer Walker's new look, everyone. Now, I'm actually not going to say anything disparaging about her because here's the thing. This is a look of a woman who's screaming for help. This is not the look of a woman who is healthy in her mind. I don't care what anybody says. It doesn't matter about what she said about she's always wanted this look. She's 20-something years old. She's not wanted to look like this, especially in the industry that she is in. This, in the music industry, is not the look that you're going for. And my concern with the Protect Black Women movement and the Summer Walker stands who tried to attack us this week in the inbox saying we need to do better because we speak about her is they are upholding this instead of looking at her and flooding her inbox with, sis, you good, ladies?
So I'm going to say this. And, you know, Summer Walker, when we've spoken of her, usually we stop talking at the point where it's like she needs someone to help her out. That's always been the message that we give out about Summer Walker. There is no doubt that she is talented. There's no doubt she is doing something that a lot of women haven't been able to do recently in R&B music. But this hairdo, you know, and speaking as a woman who shaves her head, like this hairdo is not exactly like, you know, girl, listen, I'm all for experimental hairdos, but girl, what is happening here?
I'll tell you what's happening.
Like, she needs someone to help. She just had a baby like 10 months ago. She's been having issues with her relationships. First, she had, you know, London on the Track, and now this guy, Larry. Maybe she's going through a postpartum sort of situation. She's had mental health issues in the past. So how do we know this is not that? And you're right, we have a problem where we don't pay attention when it comes to Black women. This week we were mourning the former USA pageant winner. Everyone thought she was fine, not knowing, but she always talked about her age and, you know, I hate getting older. No one paid attention to that. Like, she's pretty, she's beautiful. But she found the energy to go from the 9th floor to the 29th floor of the building where she lives and jump off. And that's all because people were ignoring the cries for help. So that's all I got to say.
Yeah, it's kind of sad with the whole, like, protect Black women movement. It's such a blurred line, like, because on one side, like you said, you have one woman that clearly wasn't being protected, and then on another side you have Summer Walker who clearly needs help, but Black women everywhere are saying, yes girl, this is the new movement, yes everyone, look at her, she's doing her thing. And it's like, this woman is trying for help. As women, we all know when something drastic happens in our life, we go to our hair. We either cut it, we get a nice weave, we do something to show that our life is changing. We're doing something. So our hair is like our language for us. And a woman that shaves her own head, she didn't go and get it professionally done. She did it herself. She did this to herself. And she put unbothered? Is that what she put?
Yes.
She put unbothered, but it's like, obviously you're not.
But you are bothered. Something is truly bothering you. And I feel a weight for her at the same time too, because it's like, girl, everything she's been doing has been in the public. She put her feelings towards London on the Track, made that public. She has Larry very public, putting her pygmy very public. Everything is public. She's not keeping anything to herself to deal with it privately. And because of that, when you open that can of worms, you're opening it to the worst kind of judge, public opinion.
She needs a social media break.
Someone needs to come in and just take her passwords, take her phone, and get this girl onto an island, get her in front of Ayanna Fix My Life or Dr. Phil, and she needs to sort through her life. Because she has a 10-month baby. You can't undo that. So this child is going to it needs help. And I think London needs to step in and save his child.
Well, that's what I did.
Capable of taking care of her kid.
When I first saw this photo, I tagged London on the Track. I said, "Go get your picnic."
Thank you. I'm glad you.
This is not a woman who's in a space, Larry or not, to be raising a child. Robbie, 3 times. Do you want to wait till your segment? You got something to say?
I was gonna say, I really want. I think pretty much pointed out everything like immaculately as far as she did it to herself. That's because it's a little splotchy. Like, that's clearly not something a professional barber did. They wouldn't even have accepted her offer to do that, you know. But it made me think about Post Malone, and this might be the only time I ever bring this guy up in a conversation, but I remember him saying something about how he was when he was getting all the face tattoos, it was a product of he wasn't very happy inside.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of her physically. I think she's reflecting how she feels inside. And, you know, she was never really my cup of tea, minus the, you know, the Alcatraz look she got going on. But
Not Alcatraz.
now
I'm
it's
saying, yeah.
it's pretty rough.
Not Alcatraz.
Alcatraz.
That's definitely a clip.
I'm just seized. Someone call the paramedics.
So we're gonna say to all of these summer stands who want to come after us, we would recommend you actually go in her inbox instead and ask her, sis, you good? You probably need to get some help. Because again, as Black women and Black women who've all had and this is a clear sign of a woman who's not well. So Summer, we wish you well. However, girl, get some help. That is what we got to say.
I'm a chill. It look like Instagram had their finger on their button about that.
So another story that was in the news today, and we had quite the talk about it, because there's certain people who run the world, and you can't come for them. And Whoopi Goldberg found that out very recently when she got suspended from The View. And I'm going to read this for people who need to hear. Whoopi Goldberg issues an apology after facing backlash for saying the Holocaust was not about race. On today's show, I said the Holocaust is not about race, but about man's inhumanity to man. I should have said it is about both. As Jonathan Greenblatt from the Anti-Defamation League shared, the Holocaust was about the Nazi systematic annihilation of the Jewish people, who they deemed to be an inferior race. I stand corrected. The Jewish people around the world have always had my support. That will never waver. I'm sorry for the hurt I've caused. Written with my sincerest apologies, Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi learned the first thing that I think a lot of us Black people learned when we got slighted is you don't come for the Jews. Ladies.
That's it.
I mean, so what I'll say about this is that as a public person, Whoopi has been in this industry for so long, and cancel culture is here for everybody. Like, I don't care. We saw America's favorite dad, Bill Cosby. Even now that he's out of jail, there's still, like, he's canceled for life. That's it. He's done. Now, of course, his situation is different than Whoopi's. And Whoopi did apologize. She, you know, talked about the ignorance that she had about the entire situation. Right. But we're in a culture now where you can't make mistakes anymore. You can't. It's sad because we want diversity, but we don't want diversity of opinion.
Nope.
Or thought.
And, you know, our world is saying if you don't say this like this, then you're out. And so we see Whoopi being canceled. We see, you know, many people, Chris Cuomo, people, like, they're not being given a second chance. They're not, it's just like, please. And why? It's not because they care about the specific offended person. Right. They just care about, we don't want to be canceled. Yeah. So let's just get rid of the problem. Is that the way to solve problems?
No.
It's just stuff. I mean, you know, Whoopi is clearly a Black woman. So if anyone knows about oppression, hello. It's a Black person. I just, oh gosh.
Can't Whoopi Jewish?
I don't want to say Jewish. I don't want to.
She's a Jewish last name.
You know what? I'm just going to stop right where I am. Continue. I don't want us to get canceled.
Yeah, pretty much. Here is I think what the concern is, and we're going to go back to this wonderful 3-letter term: protect Black women. Well, everybody, the women who made sure that good old Whoopi that we love so much was canceled in a way and suspended is a Black woman.
Yeah.
It was a Black woman who was behind Whoopi being suspended. So for those of you who are always like, protect Black women, we're all about it. We are Black women, but you don't protect Black women in a vacuum. This Black woman was protecting her Black beep to ensure that she didn't end up. She had to do what she needed to do against her sister to save her own ASS. And that's what she did. So we need to really define this protect Black women movement that is it's protect Black women against everything except when you are X.
Right, that part.
And it's a shame because, you know, you want Black women to be the president of huge networks on TV.
Right.
ABC is a very popular network, and to know that a Black woman is the president, that's a great thing. But how did it help Whoopi in the end? How is it going to help other Black broadcasting women and men that also work for ABC? At the end of the day, she's still a part of corporate America, and she had to, she was like, because I'm sure someone was like, what are we going to do about this? Are we going to fix this, or are we going to have to find someone else to fix it?
That part.
You are replaceable.
That part.
And, you know, she has a boss.
And the paycheck at ABC, I'm sure, is well worth being the president. I'm sure she's living a very good life. And she wanted to protect her own bum.
And so
she did what she felt she had to do.
And so there you go. Robbie, 3 times? You gonna wait till your segment, or?
Just cancel the whole view.
Oh, just cancel the view.
That's a solution. That is a good solution, actually. I mean,
yeah, we're gonna leave that one there. So someone who keeps making the news for apparently not being able to keep his in his in is our good old boy. Again, since I almost got us canceled, I'm trying to keep myself together. So good old Nick Cannon. Congrats, Nick Cannon shares he's got a baby boy on the way. If we are doing count, this is Nick Cannon. So you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th child.
R.I.P. to the 7th.
Yeah.
And rest in peace to his 7th, who passed away right before the new year, who was also a boy. And so for the mother of that boy, Zen, it almost looks like her son is being replaced by his new child, who is also a boy. And this will be Nick Cannon's 5th baby mama. So he's got twins with Mariah. He's got 2 other children with another lady. He had twins recently, I want to say October, November, somewhere there with Abby De La Rosa. He had Zen with Alyssa Scott. And now he's got the 5th baby mama who's having his boy. She is the former wife of Johnny Manziel. Ladies, just want to let you know that.
Here's my thing. If Nick continues to go the way he's going, he will literally have 20 kids by the time he's like 52 years old.
I think that's his mission. Didn't he say he wants to spread his seed like far and wide? He's on track.
However, and I do have this question. As a woman, I am looking at the other women who are knowingly sleeping with Nick Cannon.
Hoping to get a check
without birth control or protection, because they know he's got, like, especially the one that comes up, they know that he's had 8 children by now.
Right.
I know that Nick Cannon is rich, he works very hard, but how much money is truly there for every single child? How much time does he have to be a good dad between 8 children? How much dad bonding time and real time can he put into raising these kids? Because it looks like to me he's just going out here having kids and leaving these single mothers to raise them while he goes and hosts like 600 other times.
Yeah, the time is like not being spent properly.
That's my.
He's just running around from woman to woman having these kids, and you know, I mean, he's having to co-parent with 5 women and 8 kids. Well, 7 kids. That's almost next to impossible. Unless he has some kind of magic plan, which the only plan I see him do is just making more kids. And he's only worth $30 million. Not that that's bad, but $30 million.
Really? Let me look that up. Is that all Nick Cannon's worth?
And the problem with this is that when he divorced Mariah Carey, he was complaining about how she's too expensive and this and that. She spends too much. But he has 8 kids. Technically, it's a lot.
Oh, God, it is.
It sure is.
Kids are expensive.
And the only and no offense to the women, but the only one I know who's like rolling in the dough is Mariah.
Right. So
you know what the funniest part of this story for me was when we read the article about him saying that he tried to practice celibacy.
Oh, girl.
It was for all of 2.2 seconds. He said he started his celibacy in September 2021, but by the time like New Year's Eve had rolled around, celibate no more. Rob, I ain't got nothing more to say.
Go ahead, Robbie, 3 times.
Man, look. Nick, they hate you because they ain't you, you know. Nah, but on a more serious note, I would, if I was his financial advisor, I'd be like, let's just go ahead and start up like Cannon Retirement Services, because you are like contributing heavily to 401ks and pensions and college funds and all of these. Like, you are a whole fund by yourself right now with these many heirs. I don't, is Nick sick or something?
He does have like I think an immune disorder. If I'm not,
I think he might. Maybe he's not handling that well psychologically.
Yes, he has lupus. He's got lupus.
And he thinking he's gonna die soon, and he just like, look, I'm gonna leave the world as much Nick as I can.
Oh dear.
That might be it. Never thought about it that way, but
that kind of scares me.
That might be it. He might be on a mission to be like, I don't know how long I got left, so let me just spread my seed. But it's a lot of spreading. It's a lot of spread.
I mean, it takes 2 to tango too. Like
that too.
And that's what we talked about. So we even were saying on our planning call, how much is he paying these women up front for them to be in a situation where it's clear that they're not going to have a full and available father to their child?
Right.
You really think that just him being Nick Cannon and him being a smooth talker ain't enough to get these women?
No. I think there's a financial reward. Again, she was the ex-wife of Johnny Manziel. Okay? Like, it's not really? Like, yes. She just divorced Johnny Manziel November 2021. She was already pregnant with Nick Cannon's child when she was officially divorced from her husband. No.
The foolishness in Hollywood. Yo, it's all a show. It's all a show. The foolishness in Hollywood never ceases to amaze me. I did not know that. How some of these circles just wind up being just from here to there, they all are related. They all affiliated. I guess they want to call it Illuminati. I don't know what you call it. It's the in crowd and the out crowd. And they keep each other's secrets and dirty laundry and where the bodies is hidden and all that stuff. And
good luck to them.
More power to them. You know what I mean?
Somebody we were actually excited to hear was pregnant was Rihanna. Rihanna and A$AP Rocky are expecting their first child together, and Rihanna just looked absolutely beautiful. We were so excited. It is very clear that she was indeed pregnant when she was in Barbados. It was clear that people were on it, because the little spies had brought like it down to her dress and saw a little bit of a bump, and they're like, we know Rihanna's pregnant. But I will give it to Rihanna. She did what she needed to do in her career. She is a billion-dollar woman with Savage and Savage Fenty and everything. And apparently also, this is the rumor I hear though. Did you hear that Drake unfollowed Rihanna and A$AP Rocky?
Yes, girl.
Girl, you know
I'm a little salty.
how nosy I am. So I heard
I'm a little salty.
Nosy AF. So I read this article that they were like, yeah, Drake, when Rihanna like announced it, he was still following the both of them. And then, you know this photo she took when she showed her belly, like in the belly. Yeah. No, the one where she took. Yeah, she showed, like, she pulled up her top.
Oh!
Her belly. They said that was the photo where he unfollowed her. And then he unfollowed A$AP. But then, they said he went back and re-followed A$AP, but didn't go back and follow Rihanna.
Well, that's because he was punching the air when he found that he was like,
Yeah. I mean, I do want to say this. I want to say, yes, congratulations to ASAP and Rihanna. I do want to say, though, that, and this is the thing about Drake. If anyone that has been following for a long time, you know him. He is petty.
Very.
And
Petty Betty.
Very petty.
So when I heard about this, I was not shocked. I was like, yeah, sounds like Drake.
But just very
Lately, he's been sharing a lot of his rhymes on Instagram under random photos of him in winter outfits outside. And all of these little spits that he's putting out, I'm like, oh, that's for Rihanna.
Yeah.
That's for Rihanna too.
He's petty.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take up for Drake a little bit. I'm gonna take up for Drake a little bit. Here is the thing. Drake had a baby in a situation he did not want to have that baby. And as much as I'm sure he loves his child, there were recent photos of him and his son at a Chicago Bulls and Toronto Raptors game. Super cute child, but the reality is Drake had his child in a situation he didn't want. Everyone knows how much Drake felt about Rihanna. And so, again, I think if she had gotten pregnant by the Prince of Dubai, he might have taken it differently, but no offense to A$AP. Drake is like, yo, A$AP Rocky though? That's what Drake is over there saying.
I think that's where his hurt. I think that's where his ego is hurting.
Yes.
He felt like, well, I'm the rapper. Why did you go level down?
Thank you. That's petty. That's where I'm saying Drake's coming from. So he's like, unfollow all of y'all. Robbie 3 times.
That ain't no level down.
Yo, we're thinking like Drake.
I mean, from Drake's perspective, I can totally see how he would feel. Him a little salty, maybe, it's rough, Shout out to them. I hope they get married, Riri. I hope. I just never see Riri as a baby mama, so I'm hoping they have a little shotgun or something like that. Just go ahead and.
Well, maybe they actually did. Remember when Cardi and Offset were actually married? True. When people thought they weren't, so maybe they pulled a Cardi and Offset that they're actually married, and we just haven't. Again, she was hiding her pregnancy. So if Cardi and Offset can hide a marriage, I think Rihanna and A$AP can do the same. We know that you've been saying a lot, Robbie 3 times, but before we go in our first break, we're going to have our special segment, 3 minutes with Robbie 3 times, where he'll break down the first half of the show. And go, Robbie 3 times.
Oh man, I've ran my mouth a little bit more than usual. So, Summer Walker, just Summer. What they say, not every man can have a child, but not every man is a father. It's like, isn't it safe to finally say that any woman can have a baby, but not every woman is a mother? I think how crazy these streets is kind of serving it. That should be a legitimate question. So it shouldn't just automatically be assumed when a relationship goes south. Maybe it should be looked at like which one of the parents is the kid better off with, because we've always assumed the mom, and maybe that's not always the best assumption. Anyways, Whoopi, she just learned she ain't as funny as Dave Chappelle, basically, and he the only one that kind of get away with saying stuff like that, and because he says it funnily and smartly, and he's put a lot of it's got a punchiness to it. And Whoopi was just trying to give honestly, a kind of articulate view, because you could, never mind. I don't want us to get canceled either.
Thank you.
Nick, like I said, it kind of sounds like maybe he might be fearing his own mortality, and he wants to be like Gilgamesh and repopulate the world or something like that. But hey, man, 30 million can't strip. What they say, it only costs like 300,000-400,000 over 18 years for a child. So
not if you want to give them the life that he's given them. That's about $1 million a child. Well, Uncle Kevin said it's $1 million and something. So I'm gonna go with Uncle Kevin. So, about $1.5 million.
He got about 10 more on the way, probably. And again, shout out to A$AP and Rihanna. Again, we love Black love. We love Black love stories. Can't wait to hear more about how they came about, because I'm pretty sure this wasn't no oops baby either, or nothing like that. This is something that they planned. She's that girl in Hollywood that all them dudes is like,
they're all punching time?
No, that's really about it.
Well, that was good. You did that in less than 3 minutes. And before we get into our second half, Garcia, let them know what's up.
Yes. Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us on Not Your Typical Girl Talk. Joining us to talk about how can we make sense of foolishness on these internet streets? Because these streets, I'm telling you, I don't even know. But thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to Radio Regent, syndicated through iHeartRadio, for allowing us this platform to talk about all this foolishness. Thank you for supporting us by listening to us weekly, catching us here on IG Live at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturdays, and then at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Internet Radio, iHeartRadio, Radio Regent. Check us out there tonight. And thank you, as always, for your support. Send us DMs. Tell us what you don't like about us. Tell us tell us the opinions. We want to hear them all. We're not here to hear what we're saying. We want to hear what you're saying. So send us DMs. Handle Not Your Typical Girl Talk. We want to hear from you. And let's move on with the show.
You know who people didn't necessarily want to hear from was our next friend who did a shady comeback to people who wanted to try and talk about our relationship. Girl. And if you want a good comeback, our girl Adele had one. So recently people have been talking about how Adele canceled her shows because her and Rich were having problems and she flew to LA because she needed to repair a relationship. Well, Adele had a wonderful message for everybody. Amongst a smiling picture of herself, Adele writes, "Hiya! So I'm really happy to say that I'm performing at the Brits next week. And I'll also be popping in to see Graham for a chat on the couch while I'm in town too. I'm looking forward to it. And oh, Rich sends his love."
Thank you. Thank you, Adele, for showing how a classy person shuts it down.
You know what? Maybe Adele should be the social media manager for Summer Walker.
That part.
Well, remember though when she did the whole thing with Jamaicans though, and she like, they took her passwords. They took her passwords too.
She got a little carried away with that.
No, here was the thing. You know what the funny part is?
Forget, like I love Adele.
It wasn't the worst.
No, but here was the funny thing. The funny thing is a lot of Americans tried to take her pass cards, but Jamaicans in Jamaica loved it. Because again, it brings again, if people don't understand, the motto of Jamaica is out of many, one people. And I will always say to people, having grown up in Jamaica, Jamaica is not a racist country. We are a classist country. They don't care what your race is. I've got family members. If, when I do my DNA, I'm going to find Asian, white, and Indian. Like, I am a mixture of so many things, but we are classes. So you have uptown, downtown, all that stuff. So anybody who brings awareness to our culture, again, when Prince Andrew was there, not Prince Andrew, Meg's husband, Prince Harry was there, and he was doing his thing. Like, as Jamaica, we love it, but when you don't understand our culture, you think it's appropriation, but we're like, please bring it. We're a small island of like 3.5 million people. We'll take the attention. So, but I agree with you. Like, Adele, that's how you shut it down. That's how I would shut rumors down if people tried to say anything was wrong with me and Rob. I just set a smiling picture of myself without Rob and be like, and Rob says hi. Girl, come on.
That's me. Like, people, they don't know the man. All you know is that he works for LeBron James. He's LeBron's agent. That's all y'all know. But you want to put this man in a box saying, oh, she's crying because a black man hurt her. Like, wait, what? Were you on the call?
Remember what Rob said?
I'm glad she shut these fools down and they can leave this poor woman and her man alone.
You know what? Like, it's funny. I was laughing at what Rob said last week because he was like, these are some C-list people who are so busy being in her mouth instead of auditioning so that they could keep their spot. Because right now she's like, clearly she's going to the Brits. So clearly she's fine. Girl, do your thing, girl.
That's all. People are out here telling her, oh, don't date black men. Like, hold on. Whoa. Really? Like, that's how far it got bad. It got bad.
I'm looking at Car's face and I'm just waiting for her to say something. On the radio, if you can see Garcia just batting her eyebrows with
her lashes. She's sending code. She's sending.
Come on, Car, give it to us.
Oh, she's sending code with her eyes.
For me, I am the person where these same people are the people that were like, I'm so happy Adele is happy. She's finally found love after, this strange divorce. And she's found love with someone that's so successful. And he looks like a really nice guy. And these are the same people that come back and say, oh my God, I knew he would break her heart. You know how these rich Black guys are. I saw Ike and Tina back in
1967. Yo, man, get up.
And every Ike Turner, every Black man is an Ike Turner. And I don't like when people go that hard to make someone look bad.
Yeah,
right.
It's not
and
wrong.
you knew
Right.
the relationship was real when she bought Rich to her Oprah interview.
Thank you.
She's not gonna bring the guy she met 2 weeks ago. Hey, Oprah, the mother of all media. Here is a boyfriend that I may not have next month. No,
That's not.
no. This could be her next husband. That's how
I hope so.
this relationship is.
Clearly.
So why are we out here spreading negative energy towards it?
Because Black women are the biggest enemy of Black men. That's why.
Black men? Anything to say before your segment?
I read a quote recently, and it just makes me think of it. Shout out to Adele. Classy shots fired. People more successful than you will never criticize you. Just remember that.
Yep. That whole part.
Shade, shiesty, criticism, all that. It usually comes from people who ain't doing as much as you're doing.
All of that. But who we are going to criticize?
And they mad that she ain't fat no more, too.
They are mad at that, aren't they?
They're mad that she's nice and skinny.
They wanted her to be depressed, eating ice cream, crying over Rich. They would much rather have that. They'd rather have messy Adele than. And it looked like she playing spades too. So she probably they got 10 books. She just smacking them on them. Classy rebuttal, definitely.
Love it. But you know what? We're going to give someone a little criticism because we really want this person to go away. Julia Fox. So recently, Julia Fox, out of nowhere, it wasn't Throwback Thursday.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't Flashback Friday.
No, it wasn't.
But she is clearly trying to provoke Kim Kardashian or the Kardashian family because she decided she was going to put out a little clip. And it was just a video. So it was like, hashtag Julia Fox shares a throwback clip of her with Travis Scott in the music video for his single. So I'm going to get to the video. And it's just a little clip. But you know what? I think it was just a little too much. Hold on. How do we go back? Because it is clip. Here we go. Here's the clip. Girl, come on. Oh, it's not playing. Damn it, the clip isn't playing. But anyways, it was her in a car with Travis, whatever. It's her in a car with Travis Scott, and it was unnecessary. And I just think, I wonder if she just wants to is she trying to provoke the Kardashians? Is she trying to just stay in the news? Is Kanye putting her up to this? There's just so many questions because a woman who had no relevance less than 2 months ago is on every single news cycle, black, white, and everything in between. Ladies, I'm done with her, by the way.
Okay, she's a fame whore. That's it. She just wants to be her. She wants her name called in every single thing. The birthday party with the the Birkin handbags, and Kanye was standing there with those her alleged friends, and her running up and down during Fashion Week. People were even saying, for a woman that claims to be an actress, she's doing a lot of interviews. When does she actually work?
Okay.
There's just too much going on with this woman. So it's too much.
I have the same thought. I feel that Julia Fox is out here to get our attention.
I give up.
That is her whole entire.
Yeah, that's her.
That's her outcome. She's looking to get attention. She's Italian. She was in, I think I actually found an interview that she did with Jimmy Fallon in 2019, the first and last movie she did. And then I saw this podcast and she was talking about how many rich men she's dated and how she's basically dated all these millionaires. And she talked about how Drake bought her 2 Birkin handbags. And then she's out here on the streets making out with Kanye. Very awkward.
Very awkward.
Ew! It's ew! It's weird. It's weird.
It was
It's
cringing.
weird. She's walking around wearing all these designer clothes that this girl, she was not dressing like this before, so she can be Kanye.
No, I knew her before.
Kanye is dressing, obviously. And for me, Julia, I don't know if you up to this. I don't know if Kanye's paying you. I don't know the position there, but there is something afoot.
Afoot.
This is not a natural loving relationship. There's something going on.
Well, I agree with that. He did some auditions, and she just happened to fit the bill, and here we are. This woman is trying. Why are you bringing up Travis Scott? Why are you doing that? She was, yes. During our phone call, we were wondering if she chose vengeance that day.
Yeah, she chose violence that day. She was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna throw this out there. I'm gonna poke the Kardashians. I mean, Kylie's pregnant, whatever. Kim apparently won't let Kanye come to the birthday party. I'm just gonna do them all. So she chose violence that day, but good for her. Robbie 3 times before we move on, because I'm actually done with Julia Fox.
I'll be like, who's she again? Like,
Exactly.
Every time I say that, I always be thinking like, yo, her and Machine Gun Kelly are such a nice couple, and then I'm like, that's Megan Fox. Who is that again?
I can't say about Megan Fox. Telly and I had the opportunity to meet her. And let me tell you,
Nice girl.
she is beautiful.
She is
She is
beautiful.
actually very beautiful. And the men were out here for Megan. They're punching it.
They're also punching. They're punching air. The women that are mad that Adele and Rick are still going strong. They're punching air.
Oh yeah.
That's hilarious. People who, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm just gonna get to this clip.
Come on.
So Rob said something to me that I realized that women need to hear, and we're gonna say it over and over again. Men do not fight for relationships they are not in. Apparently, Erica Mena has never heard that saying, because despite her filing from divorce from Safari, a Jamaican man, she thinks that this man should still fight for her. So interesting enough, somebody put up a post and she reposted it. So it was, anyways, Justin LA Boy, I will never post another person again. I learned my lesson. So it says, keeping my new boo private, y'all ran through my last one like some track stars. So Erica said, y'all was Olympic stars. Okay, here is the thing. Listen. And again, it's the Jamaican connection. So I'm going to take it for Safari a little bit here. Okay, because I actually really have an affinity for Safari. I like his personality.
Yeah.
I like all of that. When you tell a man it's over, we either need to take a break. He hears break up. You say it's over and filing for divorce. He means we're done. So what exactly is he supposed to do? He doesn't need to fight for his marriage. He just needs to fight to make sure he's still in his children's lives. And that, even when she tries to portray him negatively, that is what is seen. Safari is making sure he's there for his daughter and his son. But why would he fight for her? She said it's done. Like, when you go and you file for divorce, it's one thing if I said to Rob, you know what, I just need some time apart. I'm going to go back to Toronto for a bit, but all of my stuff is still in the closet. I packed my little thing, there's a return flight. But if I pack all my stuff and said, I need a break, we did that, and I don't come back for months on end, and then he gets a text or he hears something where I'm on our show without him saying, oh yeah, Rob and I are over. Is he gonna fight for me? No, girl, no.
Listen, girl, all of that. Erica's enough, okay? Let's not forget, this this woman needs anger management. Beautiful woman.
That part.
Cool personality. Just don't cross this child. She needs help.
Her temper is on balance.
And it's like the first rule of being in a relationship. And we've heard Rob say this many times. Like, when a woman, and women, I don't know, for some reason women think that their pom-pom is that good, but the man's just going to run back to them. It's like, nah, bro, we told him you're done. So he's, in his mind, like a transformer. He's gone. He's moved on.
Beyonce said, I can have another you in a minute. In fact, he'll be right here in a minute.
Yes, Beyonce did say that.
Right?
He did.
Everybody is irreplaceable.
So why is she
when you say
thinking
you're done with someone, that basically means you put the for sale sign on your house, and
That
people
part.
are going to start showing up and doing walkthroughs because you've moved on. You might as well say the house has been sold because you're done. You don't even care how many people walk through it. You just want to get it sold.
You get sold. So why is she going on like, how dare he not fight for me? Because you pretty much dumped him. You just said that we're through. Why should he fight for you?
You filed. I've never, listen, people get divorced for many reasons, but I would never go back with my ex. Like, I mean, unless you got married when you were 18 years old and you grew into other people, all of a sudden you're 38. But even then, it's like 20 years, then you divorce me. And like Rob likes to say, when you take a break from someone, the reason you come back is because you went out there and realized life ain't so good on this side.
Girl.
And then you try to come back. No, I'm not taking you left over after you've been dug out or you were digging other people out. No, I'm not going to do that. Babe, you got something to say before your segment?
No, I'll save it for a segment.
It's just something. Like,
Rob's
it's
gonna need more than 3 minutes, y'all.
but it's crazy to me. So message to the ladies, we will say it again. Men do not fight for relationships they are not in. When you say break, they hear break up. When you say over, they're gone. It's done.
It's over.
So if you want a man to fight for the relationship, stay in it.
Exactly.
That's the commitment when you're in it. So be more committed to the commitment of the relationship than to being happy. Yes, she was unhappy. Yes, Safari did some foul things. But even when he was doing some foul things, she refused to say what she was doing, but it came out. She was bleaching his stuff. She was ruining his motorcycle. She was telling him she didn't want to be with him. I don't know any man who can hear that over and over again. I don't want you. You're no good. You're not even a good father. You're this, you're that. Okay, but I'm going to sit right here and stay right here with you. No, because I'm not taking that.
I
would fight for that.
If anything, he's probably saying, thank you, Jesus, she's out of my life. Why would he want that back?
Okay. But something that could have caused a fight, this is one of the, we literally have to stop with this because this was one of the funniest things we saw on the internet this week. Okay, just know that some of our children are out here in these streets making sure we're good. So there was a post on Hollywood Unlocked where a young lady said, why this little girl came up to me with her mama talking about, I'm the girl she sees at her daddy's house. Little girl, no, the F I'm not, laughing emojis. So imagine a scenario, you are walking down the street, okay, cute little girl comes up and goes, Mommy, that's the girl I saw at daddy's house.
That's the girl on daddy's sofa, Mommy. That's her. That's her.
We thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, imagine that woman. I'm like, what? And the wife is now looking at you.
You know what? Let me take a second just to say, people, listen. Even when I was a little kid and my mom told me some things I said to people.
Oh, man.
Children, I believe, their intelligence has advanced.
Oh, girl.
So much.
So much.
They have a term now even for COVID babies, meaning, babies doing things that normal, like 2-month-old babies should not be doing. Like literally like almost talking and saying, I love you. And it's like, how do you know how to speak? Anyways, these children are smart and they have no filter. None. Their subconscious mind is just open and they're out here. Everything that comes in, they have to say it out loud.
It's like cute mini Kanye's.
Right.
Why are cute mini Kanyes?
Exactly. So if you're out here, if your kids are out here and you're out here doing some, little things here and there, and your little kids are even in the other room, trust and believe they're hearing everything. They know. And the first person that listens to them, they're going to tell them, you know how much things these teachers know about you?
Girl, trust me.
But when you go to a parent-teacher interview and you sit down, the teacher's just looking at you like,
That little girl was definitely choosing violence for her mama that day. The poor woman was probably like, it wasn't me. I was not at your daddy's house.
the little girl was like, I know you. Why are you lying? I saw you at my daddy's house. She chose violence. She was like, I'm protecting my mama. I'm going to out you right now, right here.
So it's the funny thing about kids, and kids are, whether their parents are together or not, I think because clearly it was that couple was probably not together, and there probably was definitely a girl at daddy's house, and she was finding a way to tell her mama. And so when homegirl looked just like the girl at daddy's house, she's like, mommy, just so you know, you need to go get daddy back because there was a girl. I think that's exactly what happened. She wants her mommy and daddy back together. So the closest woman she saw, she said, that's her. Rob's just looking at me. What you got to say?
I'll save it for them. Other than the fact, she did say it was her daddy house, not our house. So on a certain level, it's like you and your mama don't need to be worried about what daddy got going on at his house because it's his house. For a reason, obviously.
Again.
They chose violence, definitely.
Imagine, because in the wrong scenario, this poor girl,
Why
it would have been a whole
know to say something like that other than her mama is spicy?
That's true. Oh, that's true. Never thought about that one. Yeah, she probably heard her mama say, and if you ever see anybody at daddy's house, you better tell me because I don't want nobody around you at your daddy's house. Your daddy's supposed to be spending time with just you.
It was about to jump.
I think her and Erica go through the same kind of teaching.
One of our supportive listeners, Natalie Fierce, she says, snitching. So I want to say, stitches.
I swear.
Get stitches. In Jamaican culture,
You better not open your mouth.
You better not open your mouth.
I wish I would.
That's big people business.
That's the part. Listen, honestly, to this day, with my mother, certain things, it's big. I'm 42 years old. My mother is 65. She's going to be 66. That's still grown people business.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get in her grown people business. It's not my business.
Yeah.
So,
I was just going to say, your parents going to say, go play with your dolly, baby.
Thank you.
And it's like, I'm 22. I have to go watch Netflix. It's like, okay, like, you're not involved. You're still a child.
Still a picnic.
Yeah.
Right? And some of these little kids are getting way too involved in grown-up business. But Rob just made the point. It's like, again, it's clear that she heard something from mom that made her feel bold enough as she's walking down the street holding mommy's hand to be like, and that's the lady at daddy's house. Like, Treyanne would never. I don't think my daughter has ever. Like, Treyanne was like, mom's the word. Because I would have also been like, yo, like, no.
What good is coming out of that?
No, like, no. So we thought we would end the show with that because that was hilarious. And I definitely want to hear what Robbie 3 times has to say. So again, in our second segment of 3 minutes with Robbie 3 times, go.
Starting with Adele, like I actually read an article where some of her fans are upset with her and like Rebel Wilson, like Jennifer Hudson, because they got on because they were bigger. And when they became successful, they had the audacity to lose weight. So that's a real thing in this real world that we live in. People would rather you'd rather be a mess, and they'll support you being a mess, but don't get your mind right and start trying to do something with yourself, because then people is going to start throwing shots. Like I said, that's how the world works. And I don't know if Rich works for LeBron no more. I think Rich might be his own thing these days. Like LeBron's a client of his probably, but I think Rich is his own thing now. Like he's doing well for himself. Where's the next one?
Julia Fox.
Oh yeah, didn't that woman leave her Didn't she leave her husband before the placenta dropped?
Yeah.
Placenta!
She was with him, left him, went with another guy, then went back to her husband, who was a pilot, and then she left him again. She had a baby
Yeah.
with him, right?
So she came outside with the baby, and TMZ wasn't there, and she knew that relationship was over. Like, he's not famous enough. And the thing about my man Safari, I think people discount and misplace is I'm waiting for the Lifetime miniseries Surviving Nikki comes out.
Oh no,
Because
not Surviving
y'all gotta
Nikki.
remember Safari, she did him bad. You know, so Safari picked himself up, dusted himself off, made himself somebody. And how dare Erica act like now all of a sudden he got to chase her down and all of this stuff like that. Safari, like, I'm a man, damn it. So so I completely support him 100%, you know, because I know it was that whole Nicki Minaj relationship was rough on your boy. I'm sorry, because like, why do you think she got a guy that came straight from the pen? Because he used to being told what to do.
Okay.
And Nikki, I don't want no smoke either. Like, you one female, I don't want no smoke.
Okay.
That's it.
No, you got the little girl.
Oh, the little girl. Oh, yeah. Like I said, that was funny as shit. That was very funny, actually. And like I said, but it's his daddy house, her daddy house. She did refer to it as that. So it's like, daddy, obviously, she didn't say our house. So whatever's going on, there's some separation in the situation, and it's probably for a reason. So respect daddy house and don't be putting it on blast, little girl. That's not good.
No, she put, and that was perfect.
My daughter would never do nothing like that.
Hell no!
Her dad walks on water, so she might feel a way, but if he's like, don't tell mom, yeah, I wouldn't hear it
I wasn't
there.
about to say that. She'll bring smoke to me. But she wouldn't dine me out though.
No, but clearly daddy is not paying enough for something going on with daddy, because she was quick to be like, yo. Yeah. Thank you, Robbie, 3 times for your 3 minutes. That was amazing. Before we go, Telly Tell is going to take us out.
Wow, I love our shows. So much quality. We really, I love them. I feel so uplifted. We hope we did the same for all of you. Thank you so much for watching and for listening. Don't forget to follow us if this is your first time seeing us live. Follow us right here on Not Your Typical Girl Talk. And as Princess said prior, we have a podcast. We are found, if you go on Radio Regent, if you go on iHeartRadio, search Radio Regent, find the show Not Your Typical Girl Talk. We are new episodes every Saturday at 7 p.m. This current show and all of our past shows before, just binge listen. And while you're doing that, you should go on YouTube and find us there as well. That's right, we got a YouTube channel. Find us on there under the same name, Not Your Typical Girl Talk. Watch all of our episodes right here as well as there and everywhere. Find us on Facebook. We are on Facebook. Join our Facebook group under the name Not Your Typical Girl Talk. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening, for watching, for commenting. And yeah, like I said, DM us. I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking about. If you have any stories you want us to talk about, we're here for it. Just shoot us a DM, comment on our videos, on our stuff that we're doing. We love hearing from you. Thank you guys so much once again, wherever you are on this beautiful planet. Here, there, everywhere. Good morning, good night, bonjour, salut, Irish, C9, whatever has to go. Bonjour, sayonara, take care.
All of them. All of them.
See you next time. Yeah. Don't give goodbyes around here. You say see you next time. And while we're saying see you next time, we're gonna you gotta catch this brown sugar.
Dance it out.
No.
Dance it out.
Brown sugar. It's the best sugar. Everybody knows that. Come on now.
All of that. Until next week.